Hello, welcome back to On Living Well. Today is just a quick video, which is more of an update, which is that On Living Well is becoming bigger than I originally planned in a really good way. Originally, On Living Well was just a place for me personally to share how I am living life intentionally, or trying to, I should say. And I've had a lot of free time off from work lately due to family illness. And I've thought a lot about basically a specific pain point for men who work and have families to support. I think there is a super interesting and hard balance when you're balancing career and trying to ambitiously follow your career path and provide for your family financially and move up in a company or start your own business or whatever it is. I think men are innately ambitious in this way when it comes to working. However, I think naturally and sadly, matters of the household can become second priority or very low priority. And I think husbands and fathers, at least in my situation and in other places I've seen, husbands and fathers usually take advantage of their wives by putting a lot of the family matters on them. Where we need to be at what time, birthday parties, doctor's appointments, basically homemaking. All of that gets either naturally or by default dumped on wives and mothers. And for some people this works, I think. But I think if we're being honest with ourselves as men, we could all do a bit more when it comes to helping our wives out around the house, with kids needing to be places at certain times, with meals, giving our wives a break, with planning vacations and planning events instead of just passively going where our wives tell us to. I think we definitely have a calling to focus on our careers ambitiously and do our jobs well, but I also think we're called to serve our families well. And for me personally, it's something I struggle with and I want to get better at. And I have personally come up with some tools and tactics on how to do that, but I'm by no means a pro. I'm so far from it. And I think that there's a lot of guys out there who are far from it. And so, on Living Well, I've spent a lot of time thinking, and I think I want to launch sort of a new direction. It's not too far away from what On Living Well is, but the mission is to, at this point in time, help men love their families well while ambitiously pursuing their vocational calling. So whatever you feel your career path is, where you've been called to work in life, we want to help you on that path while also, and at the same time, helping you to love your families well. I want to create lots of content that's helpful, lots of content that is empathetic and sympathetic to this struggle in our life. And I think it's very easy to be selfish too. And work can easily be a selfish thing, whereas caring for your family can be a selfish thing, but it's a little bit harder for that to be a selfish thing. So anyway, helpful content is something I want to put out into the world to help basically husbands. That's our sort of target audience, I think. Husbands and fathers, and tools and maybe courses, eBooks. I think there's going to be some amount of monetizing this, if I'm being upfront with you. Like any sort of business idea or pursuit that I have, I need to quickly discover if there's a way of monetizing. I think there's a way of being helpful and free, yet having other things we put a little more time and effort to that we'd like to get paid for our time on. And I keep saying we because my goal is to hire, and I wouldn't say employ, but hire writers, basically. Writers who are fathers and who I think are fighting the balancing act of work and family well. And I want to hear from a bunch of different men who are doing that well. And so content's going to be from all types of people and in different professions with different aged kids, stuff like that, but I don't want this to just be a me show. In fact, I want the exact opposite. I don't really want to contribute a lot of content to this. I want to lift up others who I think are doing this well and are wise in this effort. So, On Living Well aims to help men love their families well while pursuing their vocational calling, ambitiously pursuing their vocational calling. That's the mission. Working on a website, working on details and ins and outs, and working on building a little team of writers. I will say too, like, none of this is set in stone, and it's very possible that next week this could all fall apart. But this is my idea, and if you're interested, I'm starting a newsletter sign up down in the description of this video. Sorry for the dog barking. Sign up for that newsletter. I'm pulling over some people from my current newsletter who I think would be interested. And yeah, share this with other dads, other family members. Even share this with, if you're a female watching this video, share it with a friend who maybe their husband is going through this challenge and trying to figure out better ways to serve his family, or a husband and wife who are working through what those roles look like and all that kind of stuff. I would hope this could be a resource it is a resource for men, but I would hope that wives and mothers could also find value in this content, especially in sharing it with their husbands. So anyway, that's the idea. Interested to hear your thoughts. Leave them down in the comments down below. Sign up for the newsletter down below. And hopefully we'll get this thing up and running fairly quickly. The website's almost done. And yeah, I just want to get started. I think it could be a really great resource for people just like me, honestly. This is a selfish endeavor at the end of the day. I want help with this struggle and this challenge. Wow, that dog, huh? Hopefully that's quiet for you guys and just loud for me. I doubt it, though. Anyway, I digress. Oh, in terms of this channel, sorry, I forgot to mention this. That's what the content is going to start focusing on as well. In fact, as these writers are writing this amazing content, I'm going to be basically just, I wouldn't say reading it to you all, but reciting it, not reciting. I'm just going to talk on the same subjects and use some of their points, and I'll always mention who wrote the article and things like that. But yeah, I want this channel to be valuable too, and I want it to not just be about me and the things I'm doing, but helpful content in how you as a husband can love your wife and your children better and ambitiously pursue your vocational calling, your career path, basically. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the newsletter down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.